it is safe to assume that Iran still has a chemical weapons program and has the potential to use chemical weapons and probably nerve agents like sarin and mustard agent, aka mustard gas. I'm surprised the Americans haven't come out and said to the Iranians, the use of chemical weapons, would go beyond the pale. I know that Trump is talking about some massive attack if the Iranians don't open the Straits of Hormuz. But equally, if Iran wanted to go for broke, then the chemical issue is more likely than the nuclear one.
Iran turning to chemical or biological warfare as its missile supply dwindles is a real risk that the West is blind to. Focus is centred on the regime's growing nuclear capabilities, but experts warn the short-term threat has largely been overlooked. Unlike damage from strikes, release of a lethal disease or radioactive material could have more devastating and far-reaching consequences. Iran is known to have chemical capability, having used it during its war against Iraq in the 1980s. Experts warn that the rogue nation has maintained its chemical weapons program and may even have stocks of nerve agents like sarin and mustard gas. Iran could also be plotting to create temporary labs in enemy nations used to develop biological weapons.
They might not well be showing their chemical weapons. That certainly in the past they had the ability to make an awful lot of it and used an awful lot of it. That might be something that they're hiding back. Again, I expect American and Israeli intelligence seems to be so comprehensive in Iran. Even if Iran is holding it back, I expect the Americans probably know it and probably have a plan to deal with it if it looks like Iran is sort of heading for that sort of chemical weapon button, as it were. The Iranians, now with the absolute hardliners running the place, that really, nothing is off the table. But my assessment of the situation is they can't go nuclear, and there are very few ways they can escalate.
Professor Raina McIntyre said that methods for creating bioweapons are more accessible than ever before. They also have weapons of mass destruction potential because a small release can spread all over the world through contagion, she said. A disease being weaponized and deliberately released could have a far more catastrophic fallout, but it is feared an accidental deadly leak from a lab could also be sparked as the US and Israel continue to trade blows with the rogue nation.
Trump knows that the only way to get the price of oil down is to open the Straits of Hormuz. Now, America might throw Marines, special forces at it, and God knows what else to open the Straits of Hormuz. The escalation from Iran is not a lot, but it might be a chemical weapon. It might be blowing up a nuclear power station. That would be a significant escalation. And I assume the American military are doing an awful lot to try and mitigate this and prevent it happening. But that is the only escalation that really I think the Iranians could do. I absolutely don't think they have the ability to fire off a nuclear weapon at this stage or any time soon.